So there's just two little things actually that we haven't covered yet. And the major one is the idea of the tagged ending, where we just took the last four measures of the 12-bar blues form and repeated it basically. So starting on the 5 chord, what we're going to do is we're actually, I'll play through the last verse for you. I'll kind of narrate it. So I got the, I woke up this morning, the baby left before the sun. I woke up this morning, my baby left before the sun. And if I don't, so here's the 5 chord, find me. So there's just two elements of this. This is the second half of the fourth blues, 12-bar blues lesson. We're just going to talk about a couple little elements that weren't discussed to this point. The first part of this had the entire song. The most important thing is the idea of the tagged ending. We've done everything else to this point except for the end. And the ending here is basically going to be just the last four measures repeated. So we're going to have basically the last verse go like this. Woke up this morning, my baby left before the sun. Woke up this morning, my baby left before the sun. And if I don't find my baby, you know my trouble's just begun. And if I don't find my baby, you know my trouble's just begun. Now it was just a straight 12-bar blues except for the ending, the last 4 bars. And if you notice, I didn't do the turnaround chord in the 12th measure of the form. I went starting on the 9th bar, 5 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, and I stayed on the 1 chord for 2 bars because we're going to go back to the 5 chord for a measure. We're going to break on what the 4 chord would be, and I'm going to sing the punch line. Well, my trouble's just begun, and then I'll play a turnaround lick. And then instead of going to the 5 chord, which is what most turnarounds do, we're going to do the same idea but on the 1 chord. I'm just playing just a 7th chord right here. Doing it to the 1 chord just finalizes everything. It says this song is over. So just the last 4 measures for the tagged ending. If I don't find my baby, you know my trouble's just begun. And then what I did right there is I took my pinky and put it on the 1st and 2nd strings at the 6th fret. So I got the 7th chord here, and then that it gives me a G7 sharp 9, which is kind of like a cool ending chord for a lot of these tunes. The next thing that I did in this that we didn't talk about was in the 2nd verse. I did a little call and response with a little lead part where I'm going, went down to the station, trying to catch myself a ride. And then I did the 2nd phrase, to the station, trying to catch myself a ride. If I don't... Alright, all I did was just played something to fill in the hole. And in this case, I'm taking one of the ideas from the solo, that one right there, and I'm actually starting on the higher part of it. So I've got my 3rd finger on the 7th fret 3rd string, and my 2nd finger on the 6th fret 2nd string. You know, I'm doing the triplet deal there, and then barring the 5th fret on the 2nd and 3rd strings, and then doing where I'm barring the 3rd fret with my 1st finger on the second and third strings, and then hammering on with my middle finger onto the 4th fret, 3rd string. It's just a real simple idea. It'll be in the notation as well, but what I just wanted to do is add something in between the phrases.